Blackened wings they shone as night, risen up from ash and fright, seeking dawn amidst the blue, chasing dreams I once knew. Feathers charred by ancient fire, from the darkness they aspire. Silent whispers through the trees, guiding me with gentle breeze. White ravens soar into the sun, unfolding truth that's just begun. From shadows cold to blazing sky, we find our light as we fly high. Past is but a fleeting wish, echoes in the night's own list. Now I spread my wings anew, journeying towards the true. Light the path my spirit guides, from the ashes I will rise. Phoenix heart within me glows, toward the dawn my purpose flows. Every wing beat tells a tale of broken chains and shattered veil. In the light I now believe, awareness I shall achieve. Blackened wings they shone as night, risen up from ash and fright, seeking dawn amidst the blue, chasing dreams I once knew. Feathers charred by ancient fire, from the darkness they aspire. Silent whispers through the trees, guiding me with gentle breeze. White ravens soar into the sun, unfolding truth.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. The song you just heard is one that I put together using Suno. It's called Raven Rising. And it's such an amazing song. And I love that Restream updated some of their backgrounds and provided that absolutely stunning moving picture to accompany. So I hope everybody's having a great start to their week. It's been quite an adventure, I'm sure, for many of you, myself included. And, I wanted to start off the, we're not Monday, but we're going to start off the week here with talking about not giving up, because there's so many reasons that can come up that we just kind of want to throw in the towel and stay in bed, pull the covers over our head, and just not move, not want to face the world. Well, yeah, it's nice. I mean, let's be honest with that. It is. That would be nice, just to, I'm not dealing with anything. I'm just giving up. No, no, no. How's that working? Because I know a lot of people internally are doing that without actually just stopping. And I know that we can get stuck in our heads, and I don't want to talk too much about that aspect, since I'm going to have a full conversation with Diane tomorrow on Phoenix Talks about Get Out of Your Head. So I don't want to spend too much time there and ruin any of that fun. But when we do get stuck there because of whatever's going on and we just feel like we can't get out, the absolute worst thing that you can do is stop. Because you're just going to continue to perpetuate what it is that you're feeling. If you stay there, if you give up, that things aren't going to get better, this is how things are always going to be, this is how things have always been, and they're just not going to change. That's a lie we tell ourselves. Last night on the messengers, my collective reading was kind of harsh, and it was followed up with a very similarly linked reading from Lunaria that people were like, oh, I like her reading better. Of course you do, because it's fluffy. It's telling you the same thing, and it's fluffy, where I'm not gonna hold back. If I see in you that there's an issue that you're just not willing to face, I will, as compassionately as I can, be 100% direct with you and say, this isn't working, and it's not working. And it's something that I have to tell myself from time to time too. Because, I'm human. I'm not perfect. None of us are. But, the amazing thing about that statement is that we're all perfect, because we're not. But when we get stuck in those moments of just absolute dread, feeling like we can't get that we're not getting anywhere, well, you have. You just forgot how to celebrate it. Because those moments gut punch you, knock you off your feet. And the mind just does what it does. Because when we start to give full attention to what just happened, we forget. Now, that being said, it's okay to feel this way. It's okay to allow your entire being to feel gut punched and realize that the rug was just pulled out from under you. That's okay. It's part of the healing process. What's not okay is to stay there. I've said before, where if you go and you visit in your mind, if you go and visit the past, you're the only one there. You can't change anything that happened. You can try and look for different clues here and there as to why certain things happened and why you still feel the way that you feel. However, you're the only one there. Even if you talk to somebody who had the same experience with you, you're still the only one there, because you're feeling the way you feel. Well, that's interesting. Restream just said, hold on, we're connecting to your channels. Please enable channels here. Okay, they're enabled. So if you're attempting to chat, I apologize. I'm not seeing it. Restream is being techie. I don't see anything over on Facebook because I am streaming there. Let me check Twitch. Loading chat. No, okay. All right. Anyway, back to what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that. Don't give up. Just don't give up. Feel what you need to feel. It's part of the process, like I said. Allowing yourself to feel what it is that experience, that moment caused you. Then let it rest. Then we have the opportunity to be creative and figure out a new way to solve the problem, to move forward, to release what we've been holding on to. I have a quick collective that I'm going to do very shortly that actually talks about this very thing. I mean, I prep what I'm going to say, but I don't purposefully look through the deck and say, oh, well, this card works, this will help emphasize what I was. No, it's completely random. But they agree. I'm just going to jump into it because there's no better segue. I pulled from the Sacred Path cards. This is a deck that Jamie Sams wrote many years ago before her passing. And the messages that she left behind are still and will always be appropriate. She starts off with the storyteller. And I had to jump in because when we have these moments, when we feel like giving up, what stories are we telling ourselves? I know I was telling myself a really, really bad story of, well, okay, this happened, so I'm going to have to give this up. I'm going to have to stop doing that. And I'm going to have to upset all these people and not know exactly what I'm going to do. And whoa, my nervous system went full tilt, overload. Felt like I was in a panic attack the entire time. Not able to calm down. And I'm like, well, this has got to stop. And the story that I was telling myself had to change. What story are you telling yourself? What story are you telling others? And that's another message that this card wants to give, is that the stories that you tell others about what's going on with you, you telling the same story over and over and over again about how bad things are. Okay, that's cool. You want everybody to appreciate where you're at. You want to be transparent with everyone and let them know exactly what's going on. You know, that's great and good and all. But anybody who knows me knows that there's usually a but. And it's a big but. What stories of positivity, what stories of growth, enlightenment, movement are you telling people on repeat? What good things about you are you telling people? Shift from broadcasting the bad to broadcasting the good. You're going to find yourself lighter. The bad isn't going to be as heavy. It's not going to feel as heavy. Because you'll realize that it isn't all bad. And those stories that you keep telling yourself of, this is how it's always going to be, this is what I get to look forward to, this is how it's always been, well, that's not true. So why do we do it? Because it's what we're taught. And what we're continuously fed. You know, I always laugh. I laugh at myself and anybody else who says this on social media, where it is one of, It helps to perpetuate things because we're always on it. Well, what am I doing? Where am I at right now? So, oh, thou hypocrite, saying, be careful what you feed yourself with the social media while on social media. Tip for that, train your algorithm. Start liking things that bring you positive feelings. Ignore things, scroll by things that give you negative feelings. And in your feeds, Facebook especially, you will begin to see more uplifting, positive. Reply to people who are having a good day. Give them hearts, give them hugs. If you find something that's angry and you really feel motivated to respond to it with an emoji or with a response, go ahead. You're going to see more of it. So the stories that you want to perpetuate, the stories that you want to continue, those are the ones that you're going to focus on. You want to change your story? You can. So after that, we had the West Shield, which is talking about going within and looking at things, which I just kind of talked about. When you broadcast, and this is one thing that it wants to bring up, when you start broadcasting all the bad things that are going on, I have a few trusted people that I will broadcast to when I'm having struggles because I trust them. This is the key thing. Somebody that you trust when you're broadcasting. But remember that, excuse me, every single time, every time. Remember that their advice, their opinions of what's going on is theirs and theirs alone. It's up to you to decide whether or not you want to embrace that, whether you want to take their opinions and make them yours. Agree with them, disagree with them. It's completely up to you. And when we are in those spaces of wanting to give up and others are perpetuating that and shoulding all over you, well, you should have done this, you should have done that, and if you had done this and you're taking care of that like I had told you to, you wouldn't be in this spot. Okay, well, thank you so much for shaming me. I'm not accepting that. I will accept advice, I will accept help, or just to listen, because that will do both. Because sometimes not all of us want to talk to ourselves in the mirror to try and work things out, because we're not going to really believe everything that we are saying to ourselves until we do. So it's also asking about going into silence if you need to. And that doesn't just mean shutting up. That just means quieting the mind. The other night, trying to go to sleep, whirlwinds of thoughts of how am I going to fix this problem? And it was like, dude, it's after 1 a.m. You're not going to fix it tonight. Go to sleep. Took a little bit, but telling myself that I can't fix it now, that I need to rest, helped to start the process of relaxing the nervous system, relaxing down into sleep. I know that this doesn't work for everyone, that there are other needs that have to be met in order to reduce insomnia, because that, for me, that's a very rare thing. Once I'm done, I'm out, gone. Don't try and call me for 5 hours. I won't hear you. But telling yourself, and it's not covering things up. It's just hitting a pause button so that you can rest. And then you got the pipe. Inner peace. Now, this brings up a very interesting thing that I hadn't thought of before. Or maybe I had, and I've talked about it sidelined, but not directly, where there's a balance between male and female energies. On the left, we got the female energies. On the right, we got the male. And it doesn't matter what gender you actually are, you have both. And when they're out of balance, you have a tug of war feeling. And if you have a pain on one side of the body and the other side is fine, and you're struggling with something in your life right now, whatever, you got a tug of war going on. If it's on the right side, your masculine's trying to take control, trying to balance out what the feminine, gentle, logical, compassionate side. The masculine can be rash, can be forceful. Gotta do, gotta do, gotta do. Meanwhile, the feminine can nag, guilt trips, passive aggression. So keep in mind and take note of that. If you've got a pain on one side of the body over the other and it just won't go away, maybe you're out of balance. And it's not just because of a medical issue. Medical issues many times are created because of emotional overthinking, not getting out of your head, and wanting to give up. The pipe is also asking you to, whatever your beliefs are, whatever your religious affiliation is, if you have one, be grateful for what you have, what you do have. You are far more abundant than you will ever be able to give yourself credit for. You have more blessings than you know, than you pay attention to. Do you like coffee? Did you have it? It's abundance. Did you rise from a bed out of blankets? Do you have running water? Do you have a roof over your head? Are you wearing clothes? Are you able to shower? Are you able to get into your car and drive? Are you able to read? All of these things are blessings. All of these things are abundance. And we take a lot of things for granted. I thought about that while I was in the shower for an extended time. Just enjoying the shower. Oh, wow, I really do take it for granted that I have running water. Thank you. I know these things sound silly. I know they do. It took me a long time to be able to actually say them without feeling silly. But that's because I was too worried about people pleasing and making sure that I was saying the exact things that everybody wanted to hear from me, which actually just kind of led to passive aggressive bull, which I label passive productive because many times it's to get attention and speak the language of the people that are around me. However, a little bit of transparency, a little bit of vulnerability on the alpha, from the alpha, does a lot of good. I'm real. I am me. Quirks and all. So it's pretty much the messages that I have for today. Just want to remind everybody about my reading offers. I do have an energy exchange of $333 for that, but it does include a 60 to 90 minute reading with 3 follow-ups, 1 a week via Messenger. They're pretty intense. They're about as intense as you would think that they'd be, working on many levels. I also have the Risers in Flight, the next Zoom call for that, which I will put into Evolve and Emerge over on Facebook. Sharing the link. Hopefully, yes, it went through. All right. So I'm sharing the link over on Twitch and over on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, just do a search for Evolve and Emerge, and it will be there. So for members of that group, you'll be able to attend any of the Zoom calls that I have. Being part of the conversation will be by my choice if you're not a member. And this isn't to try and push people away. I want you to have the opportunity to see what goes on prior to doing a membership. And I know that a lot of people can't commit to Sunday mid-afternoon because of church and other schedules. So I do try and maintain to keep that open for as many people as I can. And if you would like a one-off during and take part in the conversation, you're more than welcome to. There's an energy exchange of 25 for that. To be a member, it's 40. So there is a little bit of savings if you choose the membership, because then you can be a part of the conversation without having to say, hey, can I talk? And me giving permission. So, but that's it. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed Raven Rising at the beginning. I'm going to play it again next time because I like the song. It came out really good. But have an amazing day. Thanks so much for watching. Whenever you watch, if you're watching in a replay, give me a #replay. And if you have any questions or suggestions for things that you'd like to hear me talk about, go ahead, post them. Post them wherever you're watching this, and I will make note so that I can address that topic for you. So have an amazing day. Love yourself. I love you. And please keep going.